Okay, James. Well, we call this owning the kitchen table. It's just kind of going to give you an idea of again what's going on in the economy and how we think we can help you. Okay, so it won't take too long. To start with, the title says it all. Our customers changed. Okay, the economy's changed, and I don't have to tell you that. You know that as well as I do. Okay, if we look at what's gone on, I mean, whether you're talking about home values have gone down. Unemployment's up. I mean, people are making buying decisions differently than they used to. Again, I know I'm not telling you anything different. People's buying habits they're different now than they used to be. Where a customer used to just make a decision based, they saw you, they met you, and right away they made a decision on what kind of new system they were going to get. Okay. A lot of my dealers are telling me that they're coming up against customers that are getting not 2 or 3 other bids, but half a dozen other bids. Okay, so buying habits have changed. Okay, and again, I know that's not really any news to you, but what we're talking about here is where do we succeed? Because people have changed, we've got to change as well. Okay, and where are we going to? What we've got to do is we've got to help customers find out that ABC Air Conditioning is the kind of company that they want to do business with. Okay, where are we going to do that? It says it right here. We're going to do that at the kitchen table. When you're across the kitchen table from your homeowners, that's where the rubber meets the road. So that's where we've got to specifically focus on changing the way that we do things. Okay. So what's asset? Who is across the kitchen table? What's asset focused on? Okay. And this chart kind of sums that up. There's all different kinds of people out there, right? Okay. You take this one right here. Remember those two? I've illustrated this with. Remember who that is?
The old folks from Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, Love. I don't remember his name. Her name was Lovey. I don't remember what his name was. Thurston Howell. There you go. That's it. Okay. Well, they're that 10% that when you walk in, they say, "I only want the best," right? And we love those people. But we can't make a living on those people. Okay. On the other end of the spectrum, we've got those people there, and argue the percentages, if you will, but there's a percentage of people out there that are going to buy the low price, period, in a discussion. Doesn't matter what you say, I'm going low bid, right? Al Bundy's a perfect example of that. That's why we use that picture, okay? There's a whole bunch of people in the middle, and a bigger number than ever that want quality, but they got a budget. And so what Asset does is looks at this entire group of people, because you got to go at each one of them differently, and it'll show you there's a lot of talk about what those people are looking for. Okay, so that's gonna help a lot.
Absolutely.
So we have a decision to make. Okay, we can be the low price guy. That's what you're up against. You're talking about the company down the road.
Yeah,
okay, that's beating you on price. Okay, if they don't make the sale the first time, they offer a customer a number, and that customer doesn't take that number, what do they do with it?
That's going to be lower the next time.
It's going to be lower the next
Or
time.
they'll lower it there, yeah.
How low can you go game, I call it, right?
Okay.
Okay. You don't want to play that game. You don't even know how to play that game, quite frankly. You guys do a nice job. It costs money to do a nice job, okay? So the other side of the spectrum is offering customers more, and so that customer has to have reasons to make that decision, okay? And we've got to inform the customer of things they may not already be aware of. And how do we do that? That's a lot of what they talk about in this asset class, is how do I compete against that low price guy? Because that's really where it's at, is being able to compete against that guy, right?
Oh, no, and I get a ton better referrals from Mrs. Jones over there when I take the time to do that.
There's no doubt about it. It's just all about getting referrals, because we know, again, we love those people, okay? If you're playing against that price guy, that doesn't work, okay? So what is Asset? One of the things that, this is not a new process. This has been around for 20 years. Right. This process, what they'll teach you in Asset works, and it's been working for 20 years. It's not about tricks, sales tricks. It's about processes. It's kind of like having a sales, look, it says it right here. It's like having a wiring diagram for sales, a roadmap from when you knock on the door, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, having a plan to go A, B, C. Just like if I gave you an air conditioner and we had pulled out all the wires, and I said, "Here, James, wire it up." Now you're a wire brain, you could probably take care of that, but it would take you a while. Mm-hmm. If I handed you a schematic, in the other hand, you'd have it wired up in no problem, with no time at all, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay? That's because you have a plan. What Asset will show you is the same kind of a plan when you're in that sales arena. Make sense?
Yeah, I'm intrigued by these price conditioning techniques.
We've got to address to the customer we've got to let them know that we've got options. Going back to that idea back here that there's all different kind of customers. It's all different kind of customers, okay? If we're talking to a customer in here and we're talking about a 14-tier system, they may get uncomfortable. We've got to let that customer know that we've got solutions for them from 13 to 20 and anywhere in between. And that's what that price conditioning is all about.
Absolutely.
Sound pretty good?
Yeah, we need that.
Thought you'd like that.
That's great, yeah.
Sales guy.
Not looking to be that guy.
Not looking to be that guy.
Not at all,
He's even got a bad cigar. Right? Exactly. Okay. That's not what this class is all about. What this class is all about is training you how to be a professional comfort consultant. What a professional comfort consultant does is advise the customer to help them make a good decision. And I believe customers do want to make good decisions, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm not into tricking people, memorizing much power closes.
Yeah, that's not what this is about. There's a couple of keys. Just like anything else, you have to have some tools. If I gave you you hired a new service technician and you gave him a set of gauges and you gave him a temperature analyzer and a bucket of tools and you sent him out to diagnose air conditioners if you just hired him without any education, he wouldn't know how to fix anything, right? He's got tools, but he doesn't have the training, doesn't have the skills. So what this class does is they have tools. You can see that they're illustrated there, and I'll get into those in a little bit more depth here in a minute. But then we practice the tools to show you how to use those tools. Okay, and that's so there's part of it's tools, part of it's skills practice to learn how to use those tools. Okay?
Absolutely, no, that's important.
What are the tools? It's pretty basic, really. We've taken a lot of this process isn't very complex. The first part is something called a comfort concern, very similar to the business concerns you and I talked about earlier, to give you a guide of what's important to talk about so that you're talking about things that's important to the customer and leave out the things that aren't important. So it's direction for you as the comfort consultant, and it helps the customer. It helps to engage the customer. That's the first tool. The second tool is an estimated energy savings calculator. It's got to be affordable, or it's not worth talking about.
Absolutely.
And the energy savings can help with that. So that's pretty straightforward. And then the third tool, and I really believe this is one of the most important tools, if you've got to be able to differentiate between you and that guy down the street. Why is he cheaper? Well, there's some things he doesn't do that you do day in, day out. This tool called the Wheel of Value is a roadmap for you to differentiate from the other guy. So there's the that's the basic tools. That's all there is to it. Okay. All right. So what's Asset going to help you with? Increased profitability. We talked earlier, and profitability is slipped. So we've got to get that up. These tools are specifically designed to help with that. Close more sales, the closing rates drop 10 points. Asset's going to help you get that closing rate up. It's been proven over 20 years that it works.
That's important.
Beat the low price competition. Would that put a grin on your face
yeah,
if you were able to get a sale from those guys and maintain your margins?
Yeah.
That'd be kind of fun.
If you're going to help me make up $3,500 at the kitchen table, I'm excited.
I'm going to the Asset will give you the tools so that you can combat that objection. Right? Well, enough of me talking about how good it is. Let's listen to what Joan had to say. I've got a couple testimonials on my laptop here of some clients that have been through Asset. Let them tell you their story. It won't take but a minute. Okay.
Perfect.
I've never seen a better program, ever.
This month, we're coming off probably the best month we've ever had in the history of the company. So as far as sales and
in a down economy.
And we are utilizing almost 100% the processes that we've learned here, and that's why my salesman is back here right now.
This is the best investment I've made this year, by far. To me, I don't know how you put a price on this class. It's the way everybody should be doing business. There's nothing better than giving somebody exactly what they want. This is going to become at least an annual event for me.
What this class does is it it puts you at a higher level than what everybody else offers.
It's going to increase your average ticket and your closing percentage, but I think it gives you a little more understanding of what a good company's about.
I would say that is the single most important thing you could do for your business. If you're in sales, if you're a service tech, if you're the secretary in the office, go to the course.
I would recommend the class to anyone that actually cares about the customer. If you don't care about your customer, there's no reason to do this class. I will be back again next year.